Hey, fifth grade, happy Monday. Today we are taking some time to review some models. So, all throughout last semester, we did operations with decimals and fractions. And with all of those, there is a way to actually represent them with models. And it's important for us to know this because it helps us gain a deeper understanding of exactly what's happening when we add things together or multiply or divide things. So we're going to take some time today to review for our benchmark on Wednesday. Okay, so let's take a look at one of our first questions. It was a checkpoint question. I believe it was on our first checkpoint. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the question. The hundredths model in the figure is shaded to represent the multiplying of two numbers. Which equation can be represented by the shaded parts of the model? So right now I want you to push pause and take a moment to see if you can figure out the answer. Okay, so hopefully you have resumed the video and I have a feeling that you either chose B, because I'm hoping you saw this, the hundredths model, and you didn't choose A, because we are in fifth grade and when we see this, we now know that the whole thing is one whole. Show me a finger of what this entire box is, one whole. So we're not dealing with the hundreds model anymore. It's the hundredths model. So I am assuming you either chose B or you chose C. B or C. The difference between B and D is the answer. And we know that this answer is 32 thousandths. We know that our answer is where they overlap, which is 32 hundredths. So I have a feeling not very many people picked D. Okay, so what is the answer? Is it B or C? Well, if we look at the model, where it overlaps, first of all, is 8 hundredths would be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that all that's shaded? No, it's not all that's shaded because look, this entire row is shaded. So does the entire row represent 1/100th? No, the entire row represents 1/10. The entire row is 1/10. This is a 10th, and this is a 10th, right? So if we go through this entire shaded part together is 8/10. And then down, well, it's not 400ths. That would just be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this entire column. 1, 2, 3, 4. And an entire column is 1/10. So all of this shaded part would be 4/10. Another way you could have figured this out is to actually have multiplied these numbers together. So if we had actually multiplied 8 hundredths times 4 hundredths, we can pretend like we're multiplying whole numbers. So we would multiply 8 times 4 and we would get 32. And then we would underline, and that's actually 4 places. So we would go 1, 2, 3. Oops. I counted 1, 2, there we go. 3, 4. What would I need to put here? Zeros. So 800 times 400 is actually 32 10,000s. So, not what we are looking for, is it? Okay, so hopefully you have picked what? Is it B or C? Are we multiplying 800s times 400s? No, we're multiplying 8. Oops. We are multiplying 8 tenths times. That's why I wanted to do a check mark. 8 tenths times 4 tenths. Okay, so on the next slide, you are going to have the opportunity to represent this type of multiplying decimals with two different models. So remember, you're going to take one of your factors and you're going to highlight an entire row. So if you're supposed to multiply together 3 tenths, then you need to highlight 3 columns. And then you're going to take your other number and highlight the entire row horizontally. So if you're supposed to multiply 3 tenths times 5 tenths, you're going to say 3 tenths vertically and 5 tenths horizontally. And your answer is where they overlap.